Ah, I love it when that happens. Switch the overlays and my game crashes. But welcome back, everyone. Here, CEVO Week 1, Day 3. We've got Root going up against Forsaken. They were previously known as Rare Candy. They just picked up a sponsor, changed their name over to Forsaken. So there you have it. I'll be back in the game in a moment, but I'm Helium with me, Ted, and on the stats there, we've also got Cart Dota carrying us once again here for another broadcast.
And don't worry, you're not actually missing much. We're still going on the second ban right now. Just to bring you guys up to speed, we got Void, Brewmaster, and Viper all banned. A lot of OP right-clickers have been taken out. So pretty standard stuff so far, and nothing really to worry about for either team. Forsaken versus Root. Forsaken, formerly known as, what was it, Literally Gaming?
No. Rare Candy. The Pokemon.
Well, they were formerly known as Rare Candy, but formerly known from Rare Candy as Literally Gaming.
That's true. They just changed the name like 5 times. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Don't mess with me,
But
man.
we cast them. The one time we have cast them this season already, they were Rare Candy.
It was Rare Candy, yeah. So Elder Titan actually gets banned out 4th. We saw him in the last game. He was on the losing side, right? Yes, because he was on the side of the Terrorblade. But
kind of keeping them in it, but even then, not really.
Yeah, but he definitely had an impact, and well, he'll be taken out by Root Gaming. Forsaken taking the first pick, Tide Hunter. Pretty standard. Skywrath Mage will be the first coming out from Root Gaming, so denying Forsaken that chance to pair the two together. Now, Skywrath Mage on the field kind of hints at maybe the presence of something like a Legion Commander as, Void is already taken out. But it will be kind of difficult to get those Mystic Flares if they let the Venge through the pool, which if they don't pick her up now, they do risk that.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of heroes with a single target lockdown that can go well with Skywrath to just bring down the pain through the Mystic Flare. You don't have to go for it, but it never really hurts either. What? Root's going to go and pick a Luna?
Yes!
Hero is actually not good, but
Dude,
I mean, it still lends
great.
itself to the push like it used to. Like, that hasn't really changed at all. The hero just needs a lot of babysitting.
Oh, man, I love Luna. Such a great hero. I cannot believe people don't like her.
I mean, I still like her. Like, she's super easy to play. Like, you don't really have to do anything but right-click and you get last hits anyways.
Farming mechanism and late-game scaling damage. Like, dude, she's the perfect hero.
I don't know about the perfect hero.
Oh, come on.
But
They're going to win. Root is going to win this game just because of that Luna pick.
Well, they are also Root Gaming. They have a lot of really, really known players. I mean, just looking at the rosters, I got to favor Root Gaming. Although, Rare Candy, I think I remember casting them in, like, Season 4, and they were kind of up and coming. They've gotten a lot better. Like, they're looking like a pretty solid team. So they can put up a fight.
Gaming in Season 4.
But it's going to be literally difficult, I think, to bring down Root Gaming.
Especially with that Luna pick.
Yeah, well, that actually that probably makes it a little easier.
The magical damage coming out from this lane is going to be immense.
Yeah, that is actually going to be kind of annoying.
It is going to be impossible.
They might even aggro with it.
Yeah, no, definitely. And when the Eclipse starts coming online, even Ogre Magi, who you generally think of as a really tanky support, if he gets caught out by that and there are no creeps around, this team is going to take way too much damage to be able to sustain through. And then when the BKB comes out, which it will come out eventually, that inbuilt farming mechanism is too strong, then they won't have any answer for her right now. So they're going to have to draft and hopefully try to find something to slow this Luna down. Maybe pick up a Jakiro to slow her attack speed or just give some excess lockdown. And they're going to go ahead and pick the Jakiro up right now. So going for tank, but I don't know if it'll be enough. Luna, Razor, Skywrath, this is pretty scary.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely going to be strong physical damage, early magic damage, like you said, from the Skywrath and the Luna. Obviously, Luna just has pushing built in. Razor gets it later on with an Ag Scepter, so Razor has a good game, 20-25 minutes. The death push is really on for Root Gaming. Although Forsaken starts to grab some push, they'll put the Jakiro third in their roster, having the Ogre Magi and the Tide Hunter before that. And looking quickly at these next bands, Drought Ranger, Centaur, Vengeful Spirit would have been pretty good for Root as well. They banned it out alongside the Doom, and they're going for their 4th pick.
Yeah, and going along this line, they got a lot of ranged damage. They Venge has not gone through. In fact, they banned it, which is surprising. But they're going to go with more range,
Woo!
a little bit more lockdown potential, but also kind of sending us back a couple of patches
Yeah, dude.
with this Enchantress pickup. And
I can get
you
behind
gotta
that.
wonder, early Roshan.
Yeah, probably not because they're on the Radiant, but you know, you
Well,
never
there's no
know.
dire advantage with the Roshan, not as much
It's not as
anymore.
much,
So
but I think it's still
pick up a
somewhat
ward, put it up on
substantial.
that high ground. You can spot their movements if they do come to
Yeah, it's
contest it. You can
definitely
just
a
help
little
out.
easier for the Radiant to go in there and sneak one, and like you mentioned, the ward, like you have vision behind the pit, so you're not gonna. Well, if you get jumped on, you probably know you're about to get jumped on, which I guess is better. Depends what you do with that intel, I guess. I like
Looks like we got.
Enchantress. She gets farm in the jungle. She can transition to core. She can make her presence felt early. She can
Yeah.
push early. Like there's a ton of different styles though how you can play her.
They have a little bit of a cheese push coming out with this
Yeah,
too. The
definitely.
Enchantress and the Luna. Not so much from the Razor and the Skywrath Mage, at least early, but they do offer a lot of crowd control and early team fight potential. To mean that if you do come to defend that tower, you're probably going to die. But we'll have to see. The Enchantress will start doing a ton of damage if the game goes late, as will the Luna. And Forsaken don't really have many options for carries right now to deal with that amount of damage. They're probably going to have to go for something on the tankier side, but also more illusion based to try to, I don't know, bait out attacks en route. But there's no one that could stand up to this, at least not yet.
Well, there's a lot of just purely right-click damage. So I'm thinking maybe PA is going to be pretty decent here. Like just
Oh
jump
yeah,
on
PA could
people.
reorg. Well,
Sure, there's
against
an
the
early.
Razor and Enchantress,
Yeah,
that's
it's
a
not
very
the
difficult
best
call.
against Razor, but you can definitely blow up Luna. I mean, Luna can hardly sustain herself in lane against most heroes.
Yeah.
PA could definitely brawl. If she gets a BKB, there's only magic damage coming from, I guess, Skywrath and the ultimate of Luna. So BKB online, you're kind of invulnerable. Just got to watch out for Static Link.
Yeah, and that's saying that they do end up getting the Luna shut
Could
down and
Bloodlust it.
not completely farmed up to the point where she gets an early MKB, but
I could see
we'll have to see.
Venomancer or Wind Ranger
Venom
as
would be
well
good.
as a core.
Yeah, I
Just
could
if you
definitely
shut
see the
down this
Venomancer.
push from Root Gaming, what else are they gonna have? Invoker also
Well,
good.
Invoker
Good
is very
Quas
nice.
Wex.
So they got Invoker, Tide, Ogre, Jakiro. There is a lot of team fight control coming out from Forsaken. So if they were to pick up a one role right now and not have it be the Invoker, I'd have to say they actually opened up a lot of possibility for any right clicker because of the fact that they can just sit around and deal damage. Now, not many come to mind, but that's because there are a ton of them. But I don't know, something along a sniper could end up working out right
Yeah,
now.
actually.
Just sit back in the fight, let the Tide Hunter, the Jakiro just do all the work, and then get your damage out and about. Could end up doing pretty well if they can get some minus armor out. But before that, there's going to be a lot of armor coming out from Root Gaming to keep their guys alive. But I mean, the ball's in their court. They do have a great four-man lineup. They could just go 4 protect 1 if they wanted to and just grab some sort of incredibly late game, maybe something like a Spectre, which could work out fairly well in this game. But I don't know.
I
We'll
could
have
see
to see the
Clinks
Legion.
maybe for Forsaken.
Ooh, a Phoenix.
Woo!
Nothing of value to be refreshed in terms of, regular skill usage, but
Phoenix ain't going Ags. It's
yeah,
garbage.
no, it's not going Hags, but I mean, it's definitely a decent hero to have. Will slow a lot of Forsaken's, well, actually,
It's a
not
guaranteed
really
early
worried
back.
about attack speed slow, but yeah, you got that heal from the beam, and God, I'm going to have to learn his spell names.
Icarus
It's so
Dive,
long.
Fire Spirits, Sunray, Supernova.
On top of this shit, dude.
Yeah, I started playing it since it got added to Captain's Mode.
Yeah, I
Figured
probably
I
should've done
needed to
that
know
too.
my stuff, which apparently I didn't, but whatever.
Oh,
We'll
Brood Mother, what the hell are her
refrain from that.
skills? Weaver is going to be the pick.
That's a good point, actually. Spiderlings, Spawn Web, Incapacitating Bite, and
like Vamp Crit?
Unsatiable.
Unsatiable Hunger.
Yeah.
Insatiable Hunger, that's it. Oh, man, I love when heroes just get added to Captain's Mode and I look like a total noob. Well, that's
Yeah,
my own fault.
That's why I gotta play them. Sometimes you just kind of forget. You get used to like the 10 heroes that get picked a lot, and kind of other
Yeah.
things fall by the wayside for the patches. But whatever.
Definitely.
Weaver,
Weaver,
the
yeah.
last pick. I'm a pretty big fan of that hero.
Along with right-clicking heroes that can make use of all this lockdown,
He'll wreck
I
the
do
egg.
like it. There's only one natural silence on the side of Root Gaming that they could use, and Weaver probably wouldn't have to worry about that one. But
I'm
yeah,
sure he'll
because they
go
don't
Lincolns
exactly
anyways.
have a lot of targetable spells too, like Lucent Beam, Static Link,
I feel like if he
and
goes
the
Lincolns
Champ.
this game, the Weaver's going to be almost invincible. Like,
Oh yeah,
if he can find the
Weaver,
farm.
or I think I'd prefer BKB a little bit more actually.
Yeah, BKB just, you have the diminishing returns, which can be a bit annoying, and there's not, I mean, still the damage is mainly physical. I don't
Yeah,
know.
but we'll have to see what he decides to go for. Of course, the player would know best in this case, but
Debatable.
um, is it really Helium?
I mean, we see everything, right? So it's a
4.2
little easier for us. Even if we're not as good at playing the game, it's just
Yeah,
we
no,
have all the information. So
I'm pulling your chains, dude.
I'm also the
So we
best Dota
got,
player ever. So
of course, who could deny that? So we got a nice blocking ward here.
30 seconds
One of the more hidden ones, I guess. Actually, the most
yeah, it's pretty
hidden one.
annoying.
Typically, the ones that I see that really screw up your opponents are the ones that end up being on this path. However, this one I haven't seen dewarded in a long time or even placed in a long time, so this could be an out of the blue. However, this one should be a little bit easier to see.
What the?
They do smoke up and place the sentry. The ward's there. They smoked on top of a ward. And you're probably going to have to respond to that one as
the battle begins.
our horns get called. And the game has started. Shout out again to Dota. Have to do this at the beginning of every game. Dealing with our annoying habits as our statsman.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, we'll refrain from all chatting. Chicken MC always tries to rustle my jimmies when he sees me. Pretty much guaranteed. As he wanted to be my go-to stats man, but I know his tricks. He just wanted free tickets. He wasn't gonna do shit. So I always told him no. Unlike Cart Dota that shows up and carries a cast. It's pretty nice.
That is the most important stat we're going to see this game, by the way. Just pointing that out. So anything else gets trumped.
Big
All
Red
right,
Bird's an
so-
awesome guy too. He watches like every CEVO broadcast. He always talks in the chat. He's a fun player.
So we're taking a look at how these lanes are kind of moving out. We knew that this would be a jungle enchantress. There really is no place else you can put it. And oh god, I already forgotten their name. Forsaken know this as well, and they're going to make their way to try to shut her down or at least slow her down a little bit. All this is doing though is giving Luna and Skywrath a little bit more room to give a bit of harass to Skull, who's already taken 2 arcane bolts and has dropped to about half HP. They'll make their way in and be protected for now, but back towards the mid, and the low movement speed of Invoker kind of making itself apparent.
Well, it's only low movement speed if he doesn't go Wex. I'm really surprised to see him go Quas Exhort. I mean, what do they even have that's, I guess, a multicast or something? Like, there's not a lot of good setup for the Sunstrikes. I like the idea of having the teamfight control. You take the mana away from Luna, take mana away from Phoenix. The hero's absolutely useless with the EMP, Tornado. Quas
Especially in
Wex
the early game.
has been a lot more popular these days for quite a few reasons.
Yeah, especially in the early game. Luna basically is her nukes. Her farming mechanism's great, but it's not a team fight ability until you start getting some damage. So she's all nuke, and if you take away her ability to nuke, well, you take away her ability to fight. But top lane, we haven't talked about this one yet, but Big Bad Bird versus Fiery. A lot of references to Phoenix, by the way, but this lane isn't actually going that well for Big Bad Bird, at least not yet. Now he gets a Fire Spirit to prove me wrong, but you can see the Anchor Smashes are starting to add up. He does have 1 point in Akara's Dive, 2 in Spirits, so he should be able to get some harass out. And now a gank from your boy.
Yeah, the Spirits aren't too annoying until they're leveled up a little bit more, but Phoenix is generally a pretty good laner. And actually, we'll see the first blood come from the middle lane, but we're still watching up top where Fiery will drop. It's a nice rotation there. Who actually died first? It was a Skywrath in the bottom lane. Right?
It was
that
the,
went down? No, he went
the
down.
Sunstrike. It was the Luna in the bottom lane that died to a Sunstrike.
Oh, there it is. Invoker getting Luna. Phoenix got Tidehunter, and then also in the bottom lane here, Ogre Magi brings down the Skywrath. So
Yeah.
a lot of action coming out
happening
of
in
nowhere.
both lanes we weren't watching.
Yeah, no, we got top. We got one of the 2 kills. We just
Okay.
picked the wrong lane. What are
So,
you gonna do?
I mean, yeah. So 1 to 2 already at 3 minutes. You can tell this could be a lot of kills happening, but this is really big for Forsaken. Bringing down this Luna is going to help them out a lot. They're going to get Skywrath again. Sunstrike goes down, and he just gets melted, and the strength of this lineup becomes apparent. Skull is in a little bit of trouble, though. Has enough mana for Scoochie, but he has to go under tower to do so. W4, though, not in position. to stop this. And Skull now without mana, but no need to escape as he's got his supporting cast ready to go to defend a mid lane.
Yeah.
And a kill.
Invoker. They bring down the Exort Invoker. Although who might have criticized so far? I guess the Fire Blast, the Ice Path has been enough. I mean, they've picked up 2 kills off of these Sun Strikes, so adding some of that damage into this aggressive tri-lane, the Exort definitely does make sense for that. Didn't have an escape, though, for the rotation, so your boy JC went top, got a kill for Root, came middle, got a kill for Root, and now they're working on pushing into the tower a little bit. Might get even a little bit aggressive. They've got a net. He's going to go down again here, and this really, really hurts Invoker. This is not a hero that you can get behind on in the early game. He needs his levels, and he needs some farm. TP response, though, to try to back him up.
Skull will be here, and he's going to go for Chicken MC. Easy is there as well. They're looking for double here, and they should be able to get it. Your boy JC actually healing up very quickly through this. He won't go down, and Chicken MC won't go down. They're both alive, and kicking... No trouble there. Oh, wait.
What?
The dot
Full Breath did actually land, but it's level 1. It's not going to be nearly enough. Sunstrike was searching for him. Will also be off the mark. Enchantress going back in, maybe getting a little too greedy. No points in Untouchable, but Weaver's so low, he can't go under the tower. Even Joik has made a rotation up here. And all this action in the middle lane has it's pulled everyone off the bottom lane. W4 is just kind of free farming down here. So enough space created elsewhere that W4 can start to find some last hits. He's up to 12. Just a little bit ahead of the Invoker, who's at the bottom of the pack for cores and their last hits.
Chicken MC was 10 mana away from securing an easy kill on that Weaver. Very unfortunate exchange happening there by the top rune spot, but the score is 3-3. So equal score at 5.5 minutes. I gotta say, I like how FN are rotating their supports, but Root just seems to be winning both the mid and top, or not the mid. Actually, they don't seem to be winning anything other than the bottom. I just call out the two
I think they're
things
definitely winning mid. The 2 kills on Invoker, although he did find 2 kills before that, it's going to set him back a little bit. And just to really tell the tale, did he just pick up another one there off the Sunstrike? Brought down the Phoenix, I think. He is
Phoenix
second in net worth for his team. He's barely behind the Phoenix, who's at 2K. Razor, yeah, they're definitely winning the mid lane. Razor at 2.7K net worth. And he hasn't died. He's got those 2 kills, and he's going for another one. He's completely dominating this lane. Like, Invoker can't even come back to it. With Plasma Field rank 3, like, this is a kill. Oh, just narrowly. 13 HP, but clearly Chicken MC doing great things in the middle lane.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Chicken MC dying a lot, but doesn't look like it's going to happen.
No, Razor will dominate that mid lane with those high movement speed differences, and Invoker just cannot stand up to it, especially. He went for the cross Exort build to try to get some extra damage, but it's not really working. As W4 in the bottom lane, Sunstrike goes out, and his TP, well, that's not going to work out. Chicken MC makes his way down bottom to try to clean up, but Skull is making his way quickly. As he has enough mana for a double Scoochie, he is just fine.
Yeah, and he's almost level 6, too. He's already very hard to kill, 1-0 and 3. He's got Bloody for 4 kills, only missing out on 1 of them. We'll see the static link out, but there's kills happening in the middle lane. Your boy JC's Enchantress will go down. Tidehunter gets that kill, and the tower was actually denied by Invoker there. So the middle tier 1 gets denied. Plasma Field's a kill for Chicken MC as he chases him all the way up from the bottom tier 1 tower now. Invoker bringing down some creeps. And Chicken MC, he knows he's pretty strong right now. He's level 7. He's got a level advantage right now. Tide actually is level 8 from the solo lane. Chicken MC biting off maybe more than he can chew. He'll find a kill, but I really don't think it's worth trading his life solo to the Tidehunter. Tidehunter now already more than halfway to a Blink Dagger after finishing Mana Boots.
Yeah, that kill was pretty huge for Tidehunter. He's got his level 8 now, and he's working out pretty well. This teamfight control from the Ravage is going to make a lot of use. He does have it on cooldown, by the way, so that may have been used in one of those kills that we saw. Joik getting himself away after taking an Ice Path. But things moving back down to the slower part as both teams have given up a substantial amount of kills.
This is going to drop the bird on Invoker up top. Cooldown's going to be refreshed, and the damage, it goes so far. Will be able to bring down the Invoker solo. Invoker tries to go to the, I guess, safe lane, off lane, whatever. Something that's not mid to try to find some farm, and he just gets killed immediately. And Skull's actually maybe in some trouble bottom. He's out of mana completely. W4, your boy JC chasing down the Jakiro. The action all over the place. Ravage top. The Plasma Field goes out. Chicken MC trying to clean up everybody. Fiery there. Sunstrike coming in, though. Will it land? It will land on Chicken MC. He also finds the kill there on the Tidehunter. So Invoker getting owned in the lane, but he is MLG no-scoping these Sunstrikes. Like, he's been on point with them.
I like how he had to get a safety point into Wex just to have that
Yeah, I think
Ghost
that's
Walk.
smart.
I mean, it's a great choice to have, but remember, Static Link will reveal Invis, and Razor knows that this Ghost Walk is on. He already saw it once and was able to snipe out with a Plasma Field, so I imagine we'll start to see some dust for this team coming out soon. But first, he's going to go for his quick mechanism, as I think it's not done just yet. It's close, though.
Yeah, he's going to be really strong when he gets that. They're already kind of struggling to kill him. Tidehunter's reducing some of his armor. If he sees Weaver, the bugs, the swarm reduces a little bit of his armor. Mech going to help alleviate some of that. It's going to be pretty hard to deal with. Although Razor, his spells cost a lot of mana. The mech mana increase has definitely hurt the hero a little bit when he completes that item.
There's a 4-man gank going top.
Yeah, there is. I don't think Chicken MC is going to slow down on that hero. Skull landing the bugs onto 3. The Icarus dive out. Razor will find the Tidehunter. Skull gets way too aggressive. He wants to bring down W4. He'll live. Gets the bug off him. Chicken MC now back involved. He's taken 84 damage. He's going to hunt down the Jakiro, and it'll kill him almost immediately. It's a double kill. This game is a bloodbath. 22 kills in just under 10 minutes.
Yeah, and Razor being a part of 9 of them. Well, officially a part of 11, but we don't count his deaths.
Chicken MC is really, really good. Like, if he gets a game where he starts playing aggressive, he always snowballs out of control. It's utterly ridiculous.
He's got a double damage rune on top of that, too. So he's going to be dealing, without stealing any damage, about 140. And now that he's got his mech, he's near unkillable. It's up to Forsaken to read where he's going and to not just give up quick kills like they have been to him. And unfortunately, the last gank was a little bit unfortunate as they bit off a little more than they could chew, but they can be avoided from now. They're probably going to just have to sack this top tier 1, as I don't think they can defend against the Chicken MC.
Yeah, and since they've got Chicken MC, I'm kind of surprised. I guess since he was doing so well, he thought he'd just get the mech rather quickly, but it's been the phase Bracer to the phase Drums, maybe not completing the drums sometimes, and just going straight for the Ags. Big Bad Bird mechanism is pretty much the most completed item on Phoenix, I think, next to the Urn. So he'll go for the Urn, and Chicken MC goes for the mech. Big Bad Bird with a Helm of Iron Will. Is he going for a Veil here?
I don't know. This game is all over the place. Like, I'm just trying to get a gauge for where the strong heroes are. And of course, Chicken MC is balling out of control, but then his Luna seemed to get shut down a little bit in lane. Invoker thought he was shut down, but then he got a couple of Sunstrike kills. He's level 8 with a Midas, and Tidehunter's looking pretty good as well. So I can't quite get a gauge for which team is doing exceptionally well. All I know is Razor's now out of control, but they're going to go for the Ravage on top.
Yeah, trying to bring down the Big Bad Bird. They don't quite do it. He's going to have to egg. That's going to be signaling the retreat here for the Invoker. You don't like to retreat when you have impetus being thrown at you, so he will fall. Ice Path is actually going to cut out Chicken MC, but Furret, he's bit off way more than he can Macro Pyre. And will drop, and now the push onto the tower here. This tower is definitely going down. Chicken MC already with 1,500 in the bank after this. You got to expect the Ags rush from this point on.
So I think Forsaken heard me and wanted to prove me wrong, as W4 is able to get a solo kill on the Weaver in the bot lane as that's happening.
That shouldn't happen, but
no, that shouldn't happen at all. The score is now 15-10, and I'm scared to look at the advantages here.
Pretty
but
big for
have
Root.
to 7,500 at 12.5 minutes in Root. Yeah, it's pretty big, but it's also really good for their lineup, as if they win the early game, things don't look good for Forsaken at all, as they don't really have that sort of comeback mechanic. They don't have any sort of way to quickly farm up this Weaver. Invoker got a Midas, but not great timing. Your boy JC, meanwhile, is going to go down, so giving a little bit of extra to Fiery, yeah.
Like 1v4, and he just lived forever. Chicken MC is going to run in, also go at it 1v4. He's got help from the Phoenix and the Skywrath, but they're somewhat far away. Gonna have to wand up. He'll back off. He's taken how much damage here? 244 with this. He's got the Eye of the Storm online as well. Can bottle charge up here in between. Skywrath Mage will bring down the Ogre. And now Chicken MC is not going to look for too much more. Point booster going to be delivered here. Still has another bottle sip, and now 3 heroes here for Root Gaming looking to push. And is there the blink on Tide? No, not quite. He's about 50 gold away, so it is very, very close. Invoker's still without almost anything. And the burn damage onto Fiery. Oh, he'll crack and shell off. But yes, he was closely going to the depths.
That Kraken shell, though, that was...
Here it's pretty good.
that was really good. So he ends up surviving what should have been certain death. And Sunstrike goes out. Don't stray too close to the sun, but Phoenix, I think he's done that once. He's okay with it, so...
He is the sun.
Oh, yeah, literally the sun. So, I don't know. 17 to 11. It looks like Root is progressing in kills a little bit quicker. 2 to 1 since last time we looked, but we might see some more happening as Fur is going to be caught way with his pants down, immediately TPing out. Can it be? Yeah, he's dead. Just by damage alone, and Chicken MC going for more, but not going to find any.
Well, he's already more than halfway to his Ags. He's got the point booster. He's got the Ogre Club. The Veil of Discord is done here on the Phoenix. That's definitely an interesting item for the hero. I mean, you got a lot of magic damage to put out, that's for sure. So does Luna. It's somewhat synergistic with their lineup. Plasma Field does quite a bit as well. I mean, why not? And you get to the point where you get Mech and Urn on Phoenix. Those items are already taken care of, and you're pretty free to almost build whatever next with the hero.
Yeah.
He'll choose the Veil.
I imagine we might see some Shiva's Guard action coming out from him fairly soon, but at the moment they're just going to lose 2 towers, and this push from Root is starting to take shape, and Forsaken, even though they had a good lineup drafted against it, it just kind of fell apart as Chicken MC is the catalyst to the win for Root. We'll see if he can continue doing so, though.
And Tier 2 falls up top. They were trying, Forsaken was trying to bring down the Tier 1, but barely puts any damage on it. And Phoenix will just bring down that wave very, very quickly. They're going to try to go in on easy. Actually, it's a Big Bad Bird that's in trouble, excuse me. He will drop. And now this should complete the push here. Skull, Fiery, easy, all around to bring down the Tier 1. Meanwhile, Furret here still trying to deal with the Razor. Chicken MC has not left this lane. He is so far out by himself, showing his confidence in himself and I guess their map control, their dominance this game.
Yeah. Well, they can't kill him quite. I mean, he doesn't have a TP scroll, so they could technically kill him, but they're going to lose 2 or 3 in the process. That Eye of the Storm being at rank 2 is going to rip their lineup to shreds. He's almost got his Aghanims out to him. He's got a mechanism to stay alive, and on top of that, 413 movement speed with the phase boots active. He is near unkillable.
Yeah, and with that stat for Root Gaming, things looking rather grim for Forsaken as the mechanism and the Acceptor being completed up before 20 minutes. More than a 70% win rate by just a little bit. So things looking good. And already they've got, they push maybe an 8k golden experience advantage in 15 minutes. I imagine the stats there are probably greater than even 70% win rate.
Yeah, I'd put my money on
You don't really
that.
have to look them up, Cart. I'm just assuming. But if you want to,
You will.
go for it.
Come on, he's like super excited that you gave him an opportunity to give some relevant information.
That's true.
That's what they live
for.
for.
Whoa, that previous information was relevant. Come on.
Yo,
Yeah, we didn't even plan. I brought up the Veil the same time that he brought up the Veil. We didn't even plan that, Twitch chat.
Oh, man. Secretly brothers. All right, so 17 minutes. We're looking at 30 kills. And now a Roshan attempt that Forsaken is going to try to contest. I'm not quite sure they'll be able to. They scout it out with the bugs. They don't catch anything, but I think...
They know, yeah.
They know, yeah.
Bugs,
there is
bugs
this great
dodged.
ward coming out. It doesn't get dewarded. Yeah, it does get dewarded. Okay. So they know that ward's there. They're going to go ahead and get rid of it. Already doing better than Cloud9. And
yeah, to be fair, it's really hard to deward that cliff.
it is. It's hard to buy a Sentry and Observer ward.
Because you can't force staff or I haven't tested blinking up there, but you cannot force staff up
blink.
there. Like, yeah, you need an ability or a ward, and like it's not a good ward to put down if you're dire, so you don't really want to ward it.
Well, if you put down a Sentry ward, it will give vision.
Yeah,
of
it
that
gives
entire
vision
clip.
for like a couple seconds, but if you happen to miss,
It gives enough for like 5 auto attacks. Whatever.
If you
We're
happen
gonna see
to
a link
miss,
onto Tide Hunter.
it happens.
And now, well, team fight happening. Weaver's already dead.
Yeah, we'll see another egg there in the middle lane. Looks like it's just to survive. Abilities, though, refresh. We'll move on over. Shoot in an artillery barrage of fire spirits into the woods. Doesn't find anybody. Invoker was the one he was looking for. He narrowly TPs out. And yeah, Weaver and Tidehunter down at the start of that team fight. Supernova has been used, but no Eye of the Storm either. But they do have the Eclipse, which is a bit
They
much
have
for
Eye of the Storm
Forsaken to
in
fight
30
into.
seconds.
Yeah, Eye of the
It's
Storm
not that
soon.
much. So, I mean, right now, I'd say they have Aegis yet? They haven't taken Roshan. They get Aegis. What?
Died all the way back here to that Arcane Bolt.
Ah, that's disappointing. 3 down. They get their Aegis. They go ahead. They push up high ground. They get a Rax, and then this game is wide open for them. I don't see much ways for Forsaken to defend this. I mean, this is still a Midas on Invoker. He doesn't have any further items. 2,800 gold is what he's sitting on, but with all of his points up in Exhort, there isn't much utility that he can offer to the team fight, at least not yet. And to be honest, this lineup from Forsaken, they do a ton of, well, I mean, Tidehunter does a ton of utility, Jakir does a ton of utility, but they just don't have the damage just yet. Weaver is sitting on Tread's Aquila drums at 19 minutes, while his Luna that went 0-3 in the laning stage has finished up the Yasha and is looking at 1,400 gold. Not looking good.
No, it's really not. Already, what are we pushing? 12,000 gold lead, 8,000 experience lead. Things are grim over here for Forsaken, but they're still gonna go for it. They've got Tidehunter progressing over towards the Shivas, has the Blink Daggers, had it for a while. Haven't really seen a big Blink Ravage, though, since he's got it. I think there was maybe one top, but there has been so many kills this game, I can barely even remember at this point. It's Chicken MC just messing with the opposition here, all by his lonesome once more.
Yeah, and they're just going to go ahead and de-ward a couple of spots. Again, doing better than Cloud9 already. Vision at this point in the game is so amazing if you're the team that's behind, because if they can capitalize on their lead by having better vision, then they just insta-win the game. We've seen it time and time again. Meanwhile, if the losing team has the vision, then they can see the ganks coming in, albeit unless they're smoke ganks, but they can see the ganks coming in, they can keep visuals on the enemy and just protect themselves from what Root can do to them. So they're taking the initiative. They're making sure that they don't give away more than they can. They want to, and ultimately they have been setting themselves up for the comeback. It just comes down to killing the Razor, and now it's going to be coming down to killing the Enchantress, as her damage output is going to start getting insane. The Luna, not quite yet, but still you have to keep an eye on her.
Hero sucks.
No, the hero's really good. I will argue with you any day of the week about Luna being incredibly good.
Yeah, it gets picked up a lot in 6.82 for that reason, doesn't it?
It doesn't get picked up because it's not flavor of the month, dude. You know that.
That's what it is.
And why does
I mean,
Skywrath get picked up? That guy has like a trash win rate, doesn't he?
I don't know. The hero
And Legion Commander.
Hero still does well, right? He does his job of zoning the offlaners quite good. It's just teams come back.
Just because it doesn't get picked in the meta doesn't mean it's not good.
Well, I can agree to that.
You can quote me on that. I'd be fine.
Don't tell lies about Luna.
So Big Bad Bird is just kind of waiting, and this spot is really difficult for him, mostly because he doesn't have much vision aside from the creeps. But at the same time, it gives a great point advantage for the initiation that Root might have. He also spotted out the smoke that happened onto Weaver, maybe a little overzealous, but they will know that the what the hell is he doing?
Dude, all-terrain vehicle, man. You gotta do it. It's like the best. No one expects it. He's gonna Icarus dive out like this and like drop the egg on the entire team. Too bad. Actually, I think no, he's pinging himself. I guess he's gonna Icarus dive out this way in this case.
Well, the smoke out is there from I keep forgetting their name on the spot and then remembering it. Forsaken. Sunstrike. Where did the Sunstrike hit? I didn't see it.
I didn't either. Oh well, he missed
Maybe
it. That's all that matters.
No,
didn't land.
Damage. I'll have to take a look. Keep talking.
All right, I can do that. Fiery looking for a rune. It's not there. He'll blink away. He's got 2,000 gold, so he's getting close to the big expensive component of the Shivas, which will definitely help his team compete a little bit more in the team fights. But so far, it's been a pretty tough game. They're falling further and further behind. The more idle they are, the further they fall behind. If they want to fight, they might even just, I mean, maybe they win it, but it seems like a tall order. Like, Razor's been running around taking people on 1v4. Phoenix has been doing that, and Chandras has been doing that. So if you combine all of those together in a team fight, you think it's pretty unlikely that Root would drop the team fight. But hey, things do go wrong, right?
Yep, Ravages happen.
I think Luna's going
Macropyres
Radiance.
burn stuff. Wait, what? No.
I think she is. I think
No.
I think it's a BM Radiance.
I don't think so. Invoker killing Skywrath.
Oh,
So
I missed a lot of
there's
kills this
that.
game. Apologies, guys.
It's a Sunstrike kill. You don't expect them.
No, I should be watching the bar. I'm actually just not paying attention. Hashtag caster truth.
I don't know. I don't blame you for those. The early kills are missed in lane, maybe, but Sunstrike kills, who cares? Whatever. Roshan
Yeah,
gonna
that
get
Invoker
scouted
player
out
cares.
by Weaver. He does. He wants to have all of his MLG no scopes documented. I
He's
guess.
got. He was losing mid lane so hard, but he had like 7 kills. So that was pretty
Yeah.
funny.
Well, that's Sunstrike for you. If you can time him right, aim him correctly, and work with your team, you're golden. The only problem is that they lost enough lanes for it to not really matter. So.
God, look how much damage that does. It brings Weaver down to like a quarter, maybe a third HP. 1 Veil of Discord, 1 Icarus Dive, 1 Spirit. That's insane.
That was very ballsy of a move. If
Yeah, that is a
Forsaken
40-second
had been
cooldown.
waiting on the side, they could have really kind of screwed Big Bad Bird's day there. But of course, it's all a game of ifs right now, and the if was in Phoenix's favor.
Yeah.
So we're taking a look. Oh man, those percentage marks are getting cut off by the edge of my screen. Is that
Yeah.
Dota problem
no,
or is that
was
me?
mine. It's probably formatting or something.
Yeah.
I realized that it was a % sign, though. I don't feel very lost.
Well, yeah. I guess the edge of the screen cuts off the stats. I'm sorry, man. Dota, you're failing us, but
Oh my.
he threw the game.
Oh god, Phoenix is going Ags.
Of course he's going Axe.
Disagree. It's never good.
I would have thought the Shivas would be a little bit better, but at
It's
this
really
point,
fun for killing your teammates, though, I'm not going to lie. What item in chat?
Yeah, come on.
Gotta look at
Either way, there's
Oh
going
my
to be a
God, there's like
Ravage.
Ravage.
Yeah.
Fire throws out the Ravage. The Shivas was finished up as well, but the Eclipse, which is pretty much solo on the Tidehunter, finishes him up. Chicken MC's already all the way on the back lines, just killing everybody. Now he'll mech up. They'll try to turn this around. The meatball to be dropped. Phoenix thinks it's one of his brothers. Turns out it wasn't.
He was close.
Yeah, kind of looks like the Supernova. They
Maybe.
lose 3-0 right now, and Roche
Yeah, that
is back
fight-
up. Actually, I don't think they ever took it the first time, did they?
No, but that fight, I feel like we kind of glossed over that a little bit more than we should have. The Tidehunter hit 2 with his Ravage, but the BKB kind of made it so that Razor just sat and fought. Like, there was nothing they could do to him because they had no real lockdown onto him and no real way to lock him down. Weaver's damage is, well, pretty much kittens, and just on top of that principle, they lost heroes that really should not have died. They should have been in a little bit of better positioning, and the initiation was kind of questionable at best, but looking at it right now, it's very difficult for them to take a fight with those BKBs online, and even without them, they don't really have anyone to deal the damage. Again, we talked about the Weaver being okay in this game with the draft that they've set themselves up for, but it was all with the asterisk at the end of that, which said he needed to get some damage up in reasonable time, and looking at him, he's all defensive, no damage.
Yep, man. Here comes the push down the middle lane. They just got the Aegis. They put it over onto the Luna. We can take a look at her items right now. BKB did use that 10-second charge in that last engagement as well, along with the Razor. Has the Yasha. Probably going to go towards the Manta next. I was honestly expecting the Radiance coming out. He had like 3,800 gold. Obviously, he was just saving up for the BKB to buy it outright, but thought there was a chance.
So
The
your boy
trollish
JC
chance.
did end up finishing that Orchid. I saw him pick up the Oblivion Staff, and immediately I thought BM maybe Refresher's Orb, but no, he goes for the
Would
Orchid.
not go refresher on that hero.
Well, you were mentioning Radiance on Luna, so
That's
why not?
true, but Radiance
yeah,
is
no.
like always, I guess.
It was a
somewhat
straight up
okay.
BKB. Yeah, the Orchids for this Weaver, you can already see double silence. Nothing he can do. And now K292, he's just going to outright die. There's nothing they can stop this Chicken MC with. He's still going. He's going on to Fiery. No real way to put him out of their base. Now they go in with a Ravage. They could clean up Chicken MC. They do! 602 gold split between 3 heroes. Now they turn into Fiery. Fiery is dead, but 2 are gone already on the side of Root Gaming. The Glaives are bouncing, but they
got the
still don't do
spirits.
that much damage. Ice will clean up the first life of Luna. Now back for round 2. There's going to be an Icarus dive into a Sun, but it won't grab a kill. Maybe this Arcane Bolt finds it, and it... Whoa! So close. Ice should be able to regen a little bit in base. He will regen as... What the
A lot
hell?
of damage. Meanwhile, we watch the Arcane Bolt chase Weaver, and everyone else dies. Teamfight recap, it's the Jakiro and the Ogre that will go down. Lucid Beam, lots of Phoenix. Mainly Phoenix, the damage dealer there. He did 790 damage to those 2 heroes that he brought down. Meanwhile, Weaver, really, really close to death. Nothing is going to disjoint that Arcane Bolt. Well, except for, like, Disruption and Nightmare and stuff, but whatever.
Yep. So Forsaken and Ice are back here, and they're going to go ahead and try to clean up Big Bad Bird.
Wow, how did he dive out of that, taking damage with Cold Snap on him? That was ridiculous.
Not sure.
It should have
Shiva's
stopped
guard
him.
will stop him and Joik, though, and Big Bad Bird will finally go down. A bit of a time lapse, sending Ice way back. Sunstrike off the mark. And they're going to try... maybe W4 dies here, but not after 292 does. Pops his Necronomicon just
to give some more gold away.
Testament. And W4 may actually fall here. Ice is chasing. They get him.
That's a big kill right there. They're going to try to get your boy JC. He's got maxed out Untouchable, obviously, so he's not the easiest kill to find. We'll see Joy going to just try to go for the TP out. He's not going to be able to find it. Your boy JC still sticking around. Chicken MC now looking to go back in sort of one by one. They'll march into the team fight. Not really the best strategy when you're trying to close out a game, but I feel like Root Gaming are just feeling very confident right now. They do take a pretty bad trade, though. Invoker dies, and Root Gaming will lose 3 of their own.
Yeah, that was a really bad fight for Root when you look at it in hindsight, and I don't think it's going to affect the Gravs that much as they're already way out of control, but I think Root need to remember that they haven't broken base yet so much as gotten a tier 3 tower even, gotten it low in the mid lane, but they need to play a little bit more conservatively, and I think we're going to see something like we did the last game where the Razor just kind of went up to the high ground, took a couple buildings, and then backed himself off. If they go for these full-on dives, then they could easily throw. So they need to be a little bit more careful as the initiation may be coming out from Forsaken.
Yeah, they're going to find Chicken MC. They realize he's the biggest kill to get right now, and he most definitely is. He's getting pretty close to that Refresher Ags, which is dangerous, but the multicast with Jakiro, they'll be able to bring him down without too much trouble at all. Meanwhile, up top, they're trying to push down the tier 2. They'll find it. Some all chat coming out. I'm not sure what that's about, but here's the Ravage from Fiery onto the Big Bad Bird. He's got the Sun. He'll throw it down. He's definitely going to die still here, but it buys the time for Luna to get in position, throw out the BKB Eclipse. Going to try to bring down everyone, but Tide and Ogre very tanky. Jakiro is as well. Impetus, I think, is going to be enough right now. Going to look for some more. Skywrath now. Joik able to rejoin the team. That Arcane Bolt will be the demise of Easy. He's got no way to regen. Double kill for Joik right now. Razor and Phoenix will die, but it's a full 5-man wipe, and they're in a position to push in this top lane. Yeah, obligatory, they're all dead.
I think that Whoops was coming out from Invoker trying to initiate into the Enchantress and getting immediately Orchided, because that's what it feels like. Invoker was way in the back of that team fight, and he just straight up dies to Enchantress. But that initial kill on a Chicken MC should have secured them the team fight. But the fact that the Big Bad Bird was able to get his Phoenix ult off, then that's kind of what hurt them. So now they finally break the base, get a tier 3 tower, and on to 292. They clean them. Everyone dead.
Invoker's experienced a lot of that this game.
Yeah. I mean, with the racks going down, things are getting very, very iffy.
I think he's got the most deaths in the game, yeah. Invoker's sitting at 10 deaths right now. The top racks fall game was pretty far out of reach, now probably completely out of reach here. Invoker down for 40. No Ravage for a minute. I mean, there's really nothing that Forsaken can do. W4 is just going to try to end the game here.
It was weird that when Luna attacked this Moonwell, the glaives bounced between the tower and the Moonwell, but when she attacked the tower, it didn't go.
Illuminati.
Yeah, that was kind of awkward. Whatever. They're going to go for it again.
Yeah, easy and a little bit of trouble. Ogre, he's a really tanky hero. Like, what a guy. So much armor. And we'll even multicast down the Luna. Big Bad Bird gonna kind of juke. You do not have a fast turn rate when you activate the Sun Ray. He wants to bring down easy. He's not gonna have the quick enough burst damage to do it. He'll TP back, but Razor's bringing down the house right now. He's thrown out the Eye of the Storm. Range Rax drops. Phoenix about to die. He'll drop the Sun here. And the Impetus, your boy JC backs up while the Weaver runs away.
GG.
And that's going to force out the GG here from Skull and his Forsaken squad. They did put up a fight against Root. And I'm glad. Root, they did end up forfeiting their very first game, but they finally show up here, which is great news for them. Great news for the season as a whole. Less work for me. I'm pretty pleased. And they got the victory, too. So good day for Root.
Yeah, good day indeed. They do win their first game, of course, giving up the first one that they played in CEVO to a default loss or a forfeit for in layman's. So making themselves 1-1, as I think Forsaken are 0-2 right now. I know you have your standings page, so
No,
I'll let
I put the
numbers speak
camera
for
on, and it's just like an ad for Juicy Fruit, and I'm just like, yep. We're sponsored by Juicy Fruit and Best Buy over here. No, we're not.
amazing. Am I not have? Yeah, my
Do
camera's
you
not
want
on.
to
Is
flip
it?
it on real fast? Not that it matters too much, but I'll look like less of a noob. There we go.
Yeah, that was my bad. I forgot to put the camera on. for the
I
chat.
should have checked. It's a production error. I'll take the blame. Anyways, that's all we got for tonight. So thanks for watching, everyone. The first game was Wheel Wreck versus E-Hug. I won't spoil it. The VOD's already up right now on our YouTube. That's youtube.com/playcevo. You can also just find it on CEVO.com. It shows up in the DOTA2 section, the recent VODs. This one will be up probably within the hour. It's Root Gaming versus Forsaken. You can follow CEVO on Twitter at CEVO. I'm Helium at Heliumbrella. Chicago Ted there. And Tom at Tedcast. He's very confusing. He's got many names. And our stats here at Cart Dota. And, of course, at Standard Deviant Stats. Great guys over there. We love free stats. Any final words before we head out?
I'm speechless. Good games to all, and to all a good night, I guess.
All right, for anyone watching here, I will be up bright and early casting Star Ladder tomorrow, so come check it out. Peace.
Peace.